I had joined a swap for some Project Life cards. This one is a very generic swap. And because this project went so quickly, I went ahead and submitted two. This is the first project. This one is very basic, and I just wanted to demonstrate with the Silhouette Cameo how you can easily, very quickly, and inexpensively make your own Project Life cards with just a couple of digital elements that you may have downloaded already. So this is the idea of the card, and at the end of the video, of course, I'll show you the final product. So all I did here was I used 4 cards. I already have my Project Life cards saved into my own designs right here, 4x3 vertical Project Life. So all I did was import that into my project, and I'll show you how I made this. Since I knew I was going to do a print and cut, I made sure that the page layout was 8.5 by 11, and I made sure to show the registration marks. Then I went and selected these cards and put all 4 in here. I also selected some elements. I had picked out a heart from the Dear Lizzie and also the cloud, which is right next to it. It's the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection. And all I did was add these elements to the page by double clicking on them. So you can see they're quite large in comparison to the card itself. So all I did was size them down. I wanted this heart to kind of fit on the edge of this cloud. And I wanted this cloud to take up a good portion of this bottom area here, but at the same time I wanted it to kind of look like it was going off the page. So that little portion of the cloud will be cut off when it actually prints. So that's all I had to do there. Then there was a little date label that I added up here, as well as a banner down here. Those I got from a free download. If I go to my library right here, a few weeks ago, they had a free download called Vintage Labels. And so I double clicked on that, and that puts it right into the project. Now, if I click on the scissors, you'll see initially the only cut line so far on the page is just the card. Well, we can change that here with this object. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say Release Compound Path. And you'll see it's already made where these objects have the cut line around them. Now the next thing I need to do is ungroup all of these, but if I do that, it does separate each individual banner and item. So the one that I used for this particular project first is the one called Date. So I'll move that to the top of the card. This time I chose not to cut this out. So I went back over to the Cut Style window and I clicked No Cut. So now you'll see that line went from being red to not being red. And so now we know that will not cut. However, this one, the one that says Love This, I'm going to go ahead and move that over here. But you'll see that one does have a cut line. And I do want to keep it cutting because that one I want to layer with some pop dots. So I need to make sure that I do the print and cut outside of that card area so that it won't harm my card while it's in there. Now you'll note this little heart right here does not have a cut line. So we're going to create our own cut line by going up here to open the trace window, select trace area, go around the heart, high pass filter off, threshold all the way up, trace outer edge. And now if I click on the scissors, you'll see there is now a red line around the heart as well. So now our heart, our banner, and our card will all cut out. So let me show you the finished page. So on this page here, you'll see I was able to fit 4 cards. These cards here are going to print, and all of these little items are going to print as well. So I will send to printer, and I can print off as many sheets of these as I want. I printed off 3 to make a total of 12 cards. Then I'm going to send it to the Silhouette, and it's going to cut them out only where these dark red lines are. So each one of these little banners will be cut out, each card will be cut out, and each one of the hearts. But everything inside the card is going to stay right there, and those will not be cut. Okay, so let's put this card together. Okay, so this is what it looks like after it's been print and then it was cut on the Silhouette. So I just usually start with one corner and lift it up. My mat has been very used, but you can see it still holds really well. Now the nice thing about this particular file is it does have what they call a bleed area. So you'll see there's a little bit of pink on the edges there. That way when it cut out, even though the design has a white line on it, it also has a pink line up to the very edge of this design. So it makes it really nice and gives it that little bit of extra dimension to it. So you'll notice that what I did was I made sure that whatever was on my card was actually print on the card. I just bent that a little bit. So it's actually printed on there, so it's completely flat. And then these other items that I cut out, I'm going to be able to layer with some dimensional dots. So I'll put this one here, and then I have these little hearts that I cut out with their little circles, and they're going to go over here, and I can layer those, and then I can start sewing on my card directly and adding the other embellishments that I want to add. Okay, so now I have everything kind of assembly line style. This is the style that I was initially going to try, and this is the one I'm actually going to keep for myself. I was kind of experimenting with the stitching, and I kind of like the messy look, and I've been wanting to use that a little bit on my Project Life cards, but I don't know that it's for everyone. So I'm keeping this one for myself, and the ones that I'm going to do for the swap are going to be a little bit more clean. It'll just be these I put up on pop dots as well as the little heart, and then I just add some stitching right here. I'm going to need to add some clear tape on the back just to make sure that that stitching doesn't come undone. And so I'm going to kind of do this assembly line style. Here's all the cards. They're already cut out right here, and they're just all layered. That's all with the print and cut. And then these are all ready to go and stacked, and these. So I'm going to first run all of these through the sewing machine one by one. So when I have a whole bunch of ones to do like these, all I do is I keep the thread connected in between each one, and then I just can go back in and snip them and separate them out as I need to after I've sewn all of them together.
Okay, so here they all are. I made 10. Technically, I made 11 because I did my experiment one that I'm keeping. And then these 10 I'm going to send to her. She only requires we send 9, but I am sending one for her to keep as well, the lady that's hosting this swap. So these were really fast and easy to put together, and all I need to do in the morning is on the backs of these I need to make sure to use some tape to hold down that stitching so it doesn't become unraveled. But that is the first card that I made, and I think I'm gonna have enough time to go ahead and make a second card for this swap as well. So I think I'm gonna try to make 2 cards for everyone, since these are just the really easy small 4x3 cards. So I hope this helps give you some ideas on how to make some of your own semi-handmade Project Life cards along with your silhouette cameo. Thanks for watching.